What is up, everyone? Welcome to Drop In, where we have open, authentic conversations about all things mental health, including the mental load of the holidays and how to lighten it. I did not read that off my phone. I had it memorized.
We may or may not be out of practice.
We're top 5 holiday songs.
All right, are we starting at 5 or 1?
5.
Okay.
We build to number 1.
Okay. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Christmas Eve.
Great choice.
Thank you.
Not on my list. Of all the songs that are just instrumental, gotta be top 10 all time.
Right?
I mean,
like, it's a banger.
A classic. An absolute my number 5, Paul McCartney, Wonderful Christmas Time.
That's on my list, but that was like number 2.
What? That high?
Uh-huh.
It's a horrible song.
But it's so classic.
It is so bad. It's so good. Simply having
a wonderful Christmas time.
800 times over and over again.
It's predictable.
It's sort of got this like meditative effect to it.
It's just so good.
For no reason but it slaps.
Yes. Correct.
What's your 4?
Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
What? I thought of that one. I did think of that one.
I feel like it is just like a nostalgic song, like the ultimate classic.
That song has to be from like the 40s.
Yeah. I feel like it's in every Christmas movie, especially all of like the crazy hustle New York ones.
That gets played in the background.
Yes.
I can hear it.
Like everybody full sprinting around the mall, aka my normal.
Your normal, like no matter what.
My normal last minute everything, just full sprinting, trying to find gifts on Christmas Eve.
You'll be out there again on Christmas Eve.
As per usual.
You do this to yourself every year. I love that for you.
ADHD.
That is 100%. My number 4, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Bruce Springsteen, aka The Boss, live version.
Okay.
He has that little intro of like, have you been good this year? Oh, I don't know. Like the live edition.
Must be live edition.
So raw.
Otherwise doesn't count.
So great.
Love it.
What's your 3?
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, In Sync.
In Sync.
Yes.
It's probably the most modern pick of the list, huh?
I feel like it just puts me in a good mood. There's something about it that I just like can't help but smile.
Will the boy band era ever return?
I sure hope so. Like for my own nostalgia's sake.
All things loop back around.
I hope.
I want the bright colors of the 80s.
All right, that's fair.
Maybe that's coming back.
I think so.
Anything but millennial gray. I'm over it. I'm done with millennial gray.
What about grayish?
Gray with the beige? I don't know why a colorblind person like myself is even debating color. Maybe that's why I like the bright, vibrant. Like, why can I not be wearing 12 colors at once?
I mean, I think that's the only way that you can see color, so that makes sense.
Bring back those tracksuits. I want one.
What's your 3?
Nat King Cole, the Christmas song. So it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas.
Another classic.
Banger.
Must.
Absolute. What do you got?
Well, you already stole this one. Wonderful Christmas Time.
Yeah, it's good. This might be the only thing we overlap on.
I know. I think it is.
That's your number 2.
That's my number 2.
My number 2 is a shocker.
Okay.
I don't identify as a Christian, but Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
I knew that was going to be on yours.
You could catch me anywhere and just be absolutely singing like the angels to that song. Catch me at midnight mass at a nice Catholic church.
Just for this song.
Herald Angels Sing. Oh my, I'll let it out.
Belt it, babe.
My voice
Please don't.
will never recover. Neither will the church that I impromptu attend. That they know. They're like, we got an imposter in the bunch.
Get him out.
You're number one.
Security.
You're number one.
All I Want for Christmas, Mariah Carey.
Oh, you went so basic with it.
I had you. I feel
Yeah.
like that is the textbook Christmas song. Like when you think of Christmas songs, that is the one that just automatically comes to mind. It is like the ultimate Christmas nostalgia song from our generation.
I can't argue with it. I can't argue with it at all. It's
Right?
the number one song. If you're like, what's a Christmas song? Like that's gonna
That's
come to
it.
mind.
What's yours?
Stevie Wonder, What Christmas Means to Me.
Wow.
It's a banger.
That surprises me.
It captures the true joy of the holidays, which we're going to talk none of that during this episode. There will be no joy discussed at all.
Zero joy.
No
sucking the fun out of everything.
No joy to be had. But Stevie just hits the energy, the upbeat, the whole thing.
Love that.
Hey, that's our top 5. Comment, let us know how we did. Tell us how bad it was. The mental load of the holidays. What's one thing that comes to mind?
Pressure.
Is this something you're feeling, or
I feel like that's something that I always feel around the holidays.
Do you attribute that to your ADHD or to the holidays, to the combination of the two?
I think it's probably a combination, but I think a lot of the things that add that pressure for me are very ADHD related and or exacerbated.
I have never seen someone more frantic the day before a holiday in my life. It's as if you had just realized the holiday is like under 24 hours away.
Okay. For real though, I love the holidays. The holidays just like make me so happy. If I could start like Christmas prep in July, I totally would. I would like decorate the entire house in July. However, I am so notoriously bad at gift giving and getting gifts early. So I am always frantic right before Christmas.
The execution part. The desire's there.
The desire is there. The execution is literal trash.
The task completion, as it were.
Yes. The executive function is just negative 80.
Not at all. So that amounts to pressure for you.
Yes. It adds so much stress to something that I do genuinely enjoy, but there's just so much, executive functioning and planning that goes into the holidays for me.
I think there's that for a lot of people, because it's like you have this deadline that's like not flexible.
Right.
Christmas Eve is Christmas Eve, Christmas Day is Christmas Day, the days of Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating out there, they are what they are. And I think that sort of leads into these like other categories of the mental load, which is timing. How do you juggle doing the things and yet we're working, we're taking care of the kids?
Right.
And this is like another thing to be added.
Yes. And managing all of the time and organization and planning of all of those things.
It's not easy. It's definitely not easy, especially when it's another thing that comes to mind is just expectation. Expectation, and who is in any family or couple, who is like the keeper of the magic?
Yes, totally.
Who is out there making this holiday special, magical? That's something certainly going into parenthood and adulthood. When you're like a 20-something, I never thought about that at all.
No.
I just rolled up to my mom's place, some party. I guess when I started like really participating in like Friendsgivings and stuff like that. You're like, oh, I'm like an active participant.
I have to do something for this.
I have to do something that it just starts to feel different.
Yeah. It's so funny. I was on like Instagram last night and I see all of these things that are like last minute gift ideas. And I'm like, last minute? What do you mean last minute? We still have like 2 weeks.
Like this is
This is early.
our, we have 2 weeks.
What do you mean? I haven't even started thinking about this yet.
The literal
And then it's like Christmas Eve, and I'm like, what do you mean you can't get this to me in 10 seconds or less? I can't just order it off the internet and it's going to show up at the door within 3 hours? This is obnoxious. What do you mean?
That is the thing we fight about the most in our relationship is what defines on time and what defines last minute.
Okay, well, in my defense, your on time is 10 minutes before the actual time.
That is my whitest quality. That is me in the like center of the ring of whiteness. Is like, I'm 10 minutes early. That means I'm on time.
Yeah,
I don't love it about me.
that is not how I function.
And you are the opposite.
Correct.
You are like, again, 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late standard.
Yes. Except for like work things. Everything else, yeah.
And I feel like you do this almost intentionally. You will be ready. And then you'll be like, well, I couldn't possibly start or do this now. And
Yeah.
you'll like self-sabotage.
Yeah, not wrong. It's not conscious, but you are correct.
But somewhere between us, there is sort of a reality in a middle road.
Yeah.
And neither one of us hit the middle well.
No. And both of us get like crazed in that in between time where you are sitting in the car sweating while I'm still frantically running around the house, also sweating because you're sitting in the car frantic.
Yeah, there's no solution to this conflict. We will just always, this will be one of our biggest fights ongoing forever. It's just how we are. But this, going back to this like keeper of the magic, how do you think this like comes out for people?
I think it's again another added layer of pressure, especially for parents, right, of younger kids who believe in this magic and, you know, having this special day or days. And it feels like you're doing all of these things behind the scenes. You're not really getting much credit, right? Because the credit is going to either someone else or something else a lot of times. And on top of it, there's this element of I have to make sure I'm doing all of these things and hiding this and, you know, making sure that I have all of these elements to be all adding up to this one perfect special moment.
And I think that's the thing that feels impossible in some ways of like the expectation around the holidays usually is just like untouchable.
Yeah. I have so much more appreciation for my mom in particular now after like having a kid for Christmas, because I feel like my dad was always like just as surprised as we were when he saw us opening all of our gifts in the morning on Christmas. But my mom did all of that, and I have no idea how, because now being in that position, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing or what day it is or where I even am in this current moment.
You almost want to pause that person and be like, are you enjoying this?
Yeah.
Like, are you, because some people will self-select and sort of put themselves in that role because it gives them like an identity, it gives them meaning. But for those people, I feel compelled to ask, like, are you enjoying this? Because a lot of times you just see the chaos of like the stress and the moving around, almost like relief when it's over. But it's like when we start like looking inward at our roles, you're like, not everybody carries this the same.
Right. And I think especially for people who tend to be more on the perfectionist side or have some of those tendencies, I think it goes back to what you were saying before of what are the expectations, right? Because for a lot of people that do have more of these perfectionistic type of tendencies, the expectation being so high and being this unrealistic, perfect standard, that is so much pressure because it's so unrealistic to have things go completely perfect and there's no hiccups and everyone's happy and all of these things just look exactly the way that you have this image in your mind. And the reality is that often never happens.
No, especially in making everyone happy.
Right.
Like that's not a possible feat. I don't care if it's a wedding. I don't care if it's what holiday it is. People's emotions are going to fluctuate.
Right.
You can't control that.
Mm-hmm.
But often this person would be like, well, again, I want to make it special. And you're right. Competing with the ghosts of years past. Impossible.
Yeah.
Oh, but I remember what it used to feel like. Everything changes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, 15 years ago.
Right.
Things objectively will feel different.
Totally. Depending on family, what family looks like, right? A lot of times there's this huge element of grief, which I know you can very much relate to. A family looks different depending on the year. Finances look different. The world looks different. There are different elements and dynamics that just naturally are going to change over time and over the years. So it can't always look the same.
And for the people out there who haven't dealt with this transition yet, I don't mean this in an ominous way, but change is coming. And I mean that like genuinely. It's like, yeah, especially grief. Like this is a huge topic around the holidays. Like I think about, my primary family growing up was my dad, my brother, me, my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And like, we'd wake up Christmas morning, Northeast Ohio. Like it's so vivid for me. Like my dad would have been working late at Honey Baked Ham Company the night before. We all, when we were teenagers, were working there, including my mom through the holidays because that's when it was busiest. But like we just gather around the tree and start divvying up the presents and connecting, like skipping breakfast, and then after all the mayhem, going over to my mom's side, then my dad's side, and it's so vivid, the progression of things, like it was like unspoken.
Yeah.
And then my dad dies of cancer. A few years later my brother dies, and it's like everything that I knew my entire life about the holidays never looked the same.
Yeah.
And it's just, and people can relate to this, I know, of like, oh, once grandma passed, it started to look different. Or, once this person moved away, it started to look different. And it's interesting of like, I'd almost want to tell myself, when I was like 25, when everything like, changed, that, 15 years later, you're going to find a new joy in the holidays that will feel reminiscent of the old, but look nothing like it.
Yeah. Which is such an important reminder, right? Of like, if you are in that thick of that, whether it's transition or grief or, yeah, just any of that change that feels hard, it doesn't always have to feel that way. But I think it's important to be able to honor that grief and the challenge, especially when it comes to the holidays, because there is so much of that pressure and just even comparing to other families and people posting their, pictures of their families and all of these special moments, right? That it can feel really hard, especially on those, again, like first couple of years when things do change or things do look different and feel different.
Yeah, because I anticipate like, 10 years from now,
Mhm.
it'll feel different again. Kids get older, you know, they're not little kids anymore. And
Mhm.
to me, that is sort of the constant evolution of the holidays and sort of just accepting it's gonna look different as
Yeah.
you go forward. That
Mhm.
that is sort of the inevitable. You go through these chapters where maybe it looked similar, but in the whole scheme, if you're privileged enough to live a long life, it's constantly gonna keep evolving and looking different.
Right. What were some of the things that helped you get through grief during the holidays?
I think the thing, especially that my mom did really well, because it's just like me and her, is like we put forth the effort
Mhm.
into like doing things. And I think that's the thing when it's just two people now. um you could do a lot more stuff, like you could go
Sure.
places, whatever. It was less to organize, so we were active. Like every year kind of looked different for a long time, and sometimes we did take the trip to see family in a new location,
Mhm.
and that like really helped. But it wasn't freezing, and I don't know that that's me and my mom's really type of action. And I think that can catch up to anybody in the midst of like change or grief. But the problem is with being frozen is like you're not in the past and you're not in the present. You're kind of stuck nowhere.
Mhm.
Where I feel like even though it was hard, and I know there'd been years where me and my mom were like, yeah, that year wasn't fun during
Mhm.
the holidays at all. It wasn't enjoyable. It was like really sad. There were moments even in those years where we were there,
Yeah.
like being present with each other, like trying new things, going new places.
Mhm. Which I think is so important, right? Like being able to continue to push forward and build new traditions and be open to new possibilities and new dynamics, because that's the hardest time to actually push through and move forward and to see a lot of those other opportunities for what things might be able to look like, when again there's so much of this comparison both to other people but also to previous years and previous dynamics.
I love that you touched on that, because even when I think about comparison, I think of uh, all the movies,
Mhm.
and all
Yep.
the sort of the underlining story of like this is the most magical time of the year.
Mhm.
And you're sort of reminded in that in everything like you see, and yet we know like many people do not feel that way.
Right. Well, and I think that's something that we, especially as therapists, see all the time. Every year, this time of year is hard for a lot of people, whether that be because of changes in family dynamics or grief or transition periods, or, you know, sometimes not seeing your kids on holidays or not seeing your parents on holidays or not having family or that contact or connection. Um, but also being able to, again, like you said, have these moments of allowing yourself to feel the grief and the challenge, but also being open to what other possibilities might look like.
No, for sure. And sort of, yeah, I think letting go of the expectation of like there's no right way for the holidays to feel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy to get lost in all the music and the
Right.
movies and all the things like that. And it sort of goes back to like what would make this sort of a good day for me. And maybe
Mm-hmm.
good's not the right word, but what would be something like I could do, no
Mm-hmm.
matter what it is,
Right.
that would feel like I'm sort of leaning in and taking care of myself.
Right. Which I think is so important. Again, for people who might not have the option of either seeing family or being connected with people that, you know, feel close to them, being able to decide to do something for yourself and giving yourself that sense of control and support and care I think is just so important to be able to, have that thing that you can do or have that thing that you can try so that you feel supported on a day that feels really hard.
Another thing that gets brought up a lot, especially I feel like this year in the States, financial.
Totally.
Oh, I don't feel like the vast majority of people financially in the old US of A are very pleased right now.
Yeah. I think this is a really tough time for most people. And again, when you're kind of in that position or that role to be the keeper of the magic and all of that pressure feels like it's on you, whether it's financially or otherwise, I think that adds even more layers of pressure of this might not look the same that it did in previous years, or maybe I can't do as much as I did in previous years, or we have to have certain tough conversations with family or with people about, we can't contribute in the same ways that maybe we did previously. And that's hard.
It is hard. And for people out there who might be feeling this way, I know it doesn't make it all better, but I would remind you, people are always going to remember the way you made them feel versus the things you got them.
Totally.
And don't get me wrong, I like my son, he's 5 years old. There's things he wants and understand that. But I think it's so interesting. I saw this like viral video that went out of like them asking their daughter of like, hey, what did we get you last year for Christmas? And she like really is thinking about it. And she's like, I don't remember. And then like they ask her of like, oh, do you remember like what we did? And she named like the event and like what they actually did together.
I love that.
It just goes to the point of like the material things are like a short-term dopamine bump.
Yeah.
But remembering like, like this vivid imagery of like me, my brother, my dad, and my mom building an igloo.
Wow.
In the backyard. I'm thinking back. I'm like, that was so dangerous, Dad. What the hell? The 90s. You just did things. You didn't think about consequences. Built an igloo. And there's like a photo of us like all like inside of it.
Wow.
Like,
that's amazing.
now I'm in millennial parenting. You're like, oh, this could collapse. This might be like really bad. But it was so vivid. We were out there for like hours, like building this thing. I have no idea what I got for Christmas that year.
Yeah.
But we were just like outside, like in the elements, like enjoying it. Like it's just so memorable. And I think when you stop and reflect of like, what are the times during the holidays that you really remember? Like, I don't know. Like I have one memory of one gift one time. And it's because it's like locked in video. We got a Sega Genesis. And me and my brother flipped out. So, but it was more of like the flipping out than it was. I don't even remember what games we played, like sure, Sonic 2, if you know, you know. But it's like that's just not what usually comes to mind. It's the connection. It's sometimes the cooking. It's the movie we all watch together.
Yep.
Yeah. What comes to mind for you?
Yeah, the same kind of things. Like when I think back, sure, there might be a few like gifts or moments that stand out, but more from the feeling, not necessarily from the thing or the material good that you're opening up. But I remember like every year we would watch Christmas Vacation. That's like our family's movie. And like every year you watch that and you like crack up laughing and you do it together, right? And then like even decorating the house, those types of traditions that I feel like are, the things that stand out is more doing things together with the people that you care about and the people that you love, and being able to have moments like that together and being present together. And I think that's why even now, those are the things that I still love to do. Like I love decorating the house and making things feel festive and listening to Christmas music and watching the movies that feel just nostalgic because, things look really different now that I live down here and, don't get to do the same, traditions or like family time that, we once did, obviously, as, family dynamics change and locations and blah, blah. But it's still those things that come to mind, right? Like doing those traditions together and being present and jumping around and decorating and dancing and yeah, just spending time together.
Which is like when you reflect on that, you're like, the financial part starts to like drift.
Mhm.
Again, things cost money. It's not like
Right.
buying cooking supplies or things like that are free.
Mhm.
But I mean, we're flooded like
Yeah.
with sort of capitalism and buy this, there's another sale. How do all these companies have my phone number? I swear I didn't
For
give
real.
half of you my phone number. And you're texting me at like 2 a.m. like, Justin, 50% off the next hour only. It's 2 a.m., Michaels. I'm not using the 70% off coupon at 2 a.m.
Oh my God.
Maybe at 7 a.m. I'll use it. Hop online. They're texting me.
I know. And then you like go on and everything's sold out. And I'm like, who actually did their shopping this early? Because I don't know what that's like.
But yeah, to the bigger point, again, we are especially fed to believe that the buying is the most important thing.
Right.
And upon reflection, I haven't heard that from people who like every single year, they're like, these are all the gifts I got. That's what made it magical. I'm not.
Which honestly, even thinking about it from like my lens and the pressure that I was talking about earlier, like I know that my love language is definitely not giving gifts. Like I can be thoughtful in other ways, but that is just not a natural like thing that I am built with. I know so many people, I have so many great friends that are so incredibly thoughtful in those ways. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like super expensive gifts, but they're so good at giving gifts and like thoughtful things. And I'm like, I just don't naturally have that. Like, I know what you like, I know, the things that you enjoy, but equating that to a gift for some reason, my brain just like short circuits and I just get overwhelmed. So even talking through that right now and thinking about like, it really doesn't come down to the gifts and the things that we're doing for other people in those ways. It really is about the time and the ways that you show that you care about people and that you are present with them and make memories with them. It eases a lot of that pressure, even for me, in that way.
I think if you shared a little bit of gratitude towards someone in your life, I'd bet anything they remember that more than any gift they got.
Totally.
If you truly were open and authentic and expressed what someone meant to you, I bet that would hit home.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for gifts to get me, it's Nintendo Switch 2. It's easy to remember. You just got to remember the 2.
The 2. Got it.
Nintendo
Noted.
Switch 2.
Heard. Taking notes.
You might want to get on that, though. You could probably get it the night before.
Do they still have those out?
Yeah.
Are they sold out?
Anywhere you want to go. The other thing that comes up a lot with the holidays is time, travel.
Yes.
How do you not overcommit?
Yeah, that's a great question because I think, again, there are so many elements of planning, taking time away from responsibilities, right, that we all have, whether that's work or home things or, et cetera. But then on top of it, even the social commitments, right, that go along with that. And I don't know if I've ever heard this out of you before this weekend, but we just this past weekend went to New York and saw a bunch of my friends and family that we haven't seen in a long time and went to the city and did a bunch of Christmas things. And I don't think I have ever in our entire relationship heard Justin say that he hit like his social battery being completely depleted and being overstimulated in this way. But I think I officially broke the extrovert.
It was such a humbling moment. I like now understand what it feels like to be an introvert, or all my neurodivergent friends out there. Like, I now get it.
Yeah.
Because by the
Welcome
end,
to the party, babe.
I was I legit think it might have been the first time in my life I'm like, I cannot people anymore.
Yeah.
I can't do it. New York broke me. The Long Island broke me. Every moment of every day was packed with new people.
Yeah.
And I think I haven't had that experience in a while.
Mhm.
Then I'm like, every sort of moment, to this house, to this house, to this house, like
Mhm.
all new people. For me, I'm like, yo, I feel like, if it was like 22-year-old me, like fresh out of college, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. But I'm like, man, 40-year-old me was like, I hadn't gotten to meet a lot of your Long Island family.
Right. Yeah. And so we only had like 2 days to cram in seeing like both sides of my family and friends and kids and all of the things. So we were jam packed with our schedule. We went probably to at least 2 or 3 houses each day with minimum like 8 people.
There were people out there sweating. I'm like, that sounds like my literal hell.
I know.
It was actually a lot of fun. It was.
It was a lot of fun.
Amazing. The
Lots
children.
of great food. Getting to see people. And I think it takes a lot out of anyone.
Just remember that car ride into, like, as we got to the train, into the train ride into the city. We didn't say,
Silent.
we did not say one word to each other. We sat there, like, just staring into the abyss, listening to the Long Island Railroad. It was so regulating. Gosh.
So, all that to say that traveling, spending time with family, all the different dynamics that come up with that can be exhausting in multiple ways.
And you run into this thing where it's like you want to do it all, but you just can't.
Yeah.
You cannot do it all. You can't see everyone, and you do the best you can, but it's just like you have limited time and energy. And especially during the holidays, I hope this is a morsel of pause for you. And which is a question I don't think many people get to ask themselves of, like, what is it I'm needing?
Mm-hmm.
Not what do we have to do? What is it I'm needing?
Right. And being able to check in with yourself and set those limits and boundaries where you need to, and know that that's okay, right? Whether it's I'm spending time with family and these conversations are coming up that I don't want to be a part of, so I take a break, or I go for a walk, or I camp out in the bathroom for a bit of time, or I hightail it the hell out of there, right? Knowing what your limits are and what your boundaries are, and actually taking those into consideration and acting on them can be so powerful and can help conserve energy and actually protect your energy in those ways.
You got to do it.
Yes.
The consequences are too high. We've all had the post-holiday where you're like, I need a break. Like, I need a vacation from that holiday.
Right.
And so it's like, again, those are the reflections I have of, like, what is coming up that I know is going to drain my energy? What could I do in any way to fill up my own cup? Is it going to the bedroom, watching the movie by yourself? Is it doing something that's just really connecting and grounding for you? But that often can get labeled as, like, selfish during the holidays, but it increases the quality for you and all those around you.
Absolutely. I think those are the kind of biases that we're told in a lot of family dynamics, especially, right? Of like, you have to be here, you have to be on at all times, you have to be involved in the entire production of whatever, this tradition is. And the reality is, no, you don't. People might have reactions and they might feel the way that they're going to feel, and that's okay. And at the same time, you also need to do what's right for you.
And I think that goes into those conversations where, especially if you're in a relationship, but not even, of like, you show up to it and you're like, I can be here till 9.
Mm-hmm.
What's your capacity? We got 2 hours in us. We're going to be here for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Right.
And again, to your point of, there'll always be people with their emotions in any situation.
For sure.
But you're the only one that can assess what is best for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they're on their 4th Kahlua and eggnog, and it's getting to 10:30, you know the costs.
Yeah.
Of what am I needing?
Mm-hmm.
I need to go home.
Yes.
I need to go to bed.
Right. And again, knowing your limits in order to protect your own energy. Because if you are trying to please everyone else for the holidays, why are you sacrificing your own needs for someone else's? Let's not.
Yeah, let's not. Let's not. And I think that also goes into the conversations we get roped into.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And the dynamics.
And this is where it's like, as therapists, psychologists, we're always saying like avoidance in the majority of things in your life is not the answer.
Right.
Avoidance does not lead towards growth. However, exception alert, that often in relationships and conversations that are not going to be good for you, avoidance is the answer.
Right.
That is the growth of, how do I not give this my energy? How do you gracefully bow out of a conversation? What's your go-to?
Well, being the very direct, often not very graceful person that I am, I tend to just say that I need to get out of here or go home. But if you're looking for a more graceful answer,
You would do that. You'd be like, no,
I've had enough.
That is what you would say.
I literally do.
Like, I've had enough of this.
I've had enough.
I can see it. She'd do
I'm
this.
ready to go home.
She'd be like, we're done. No.
Tapping out.
Is that the Long Island in you? Is that you're just like, no?
I think it's partly the Long Island, but partly just me being very direct.
Sure helps. I don't have that as a Midwesterner.
Yeah.
Not in my blood.
A lot of like my family doesn't necessarily have that either. So I think I'm just an oddity in probably more ways than that. But yeah, I tend to be very direct. If that doesn't feel comfortable for you, that's okay. You can also have certain go-to phrases, or I don't want to say excuses, but like go-to phrases for an escape plan.
Like,
if and when you need, like, I have an early day tomorrow, I gotta get out of here, or I am really
let's role play
tired.
that real quick. Say that phrase.
That I have an early day tomorrow.
What do you got tomorrow? What's more important than this? What's more important than family?
Yeah, that sounds actually a lot like my family. Yeah. So am I role playing as me, or am I role playing as someone graceful?
I know what you would say. Give me graceful. Give me the middle.
Okay. Middle road would be, yeah, I have an early day that I have to wake up for. I have work obligations, or I have these responsibilities.
It's Christmas Eve. You ain't got nothing tomorrow.
Actually, I do.
And it's more important than this?
Not more important. However, I do have other obligations, but
Sounds
it's been a great time. Loved connecting with all of you, and also gotta go.
yeah. I love that. Oh, putting the bow on it is really it's been so great.
It's been great.
No,
Just sandwich it all together.
that was so Midwestern of you. That spoke to my soul. 'Cause it's hard when someone's like really drilling you, when you're
Yeah.
really slapping the bow on it.
Mhm.
It's been so fun. I'm so full. The food was great. Love talking with you. Can't wait. See you again. I'll
Yeah.
see you again soon. We're out of here. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Sometimes, and I know that's not everyone's flavor,
Mhm.
but boy, is it a great way to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Get out my face. We gone.
That's a much more graceful way than probably my New York ass would go.
I think in a lot of ways it like doesn't even matter. Like to dip out of a conversation,
Mhm.
it wouldn't even matter like what you do. Oh, sorry. Like I got to text this person back.
Mhm.
Or like anything, or like literally just like sliding out.
Yeah.
Like,
Just full.
oh my God, they got pie over here.
Yeah. Or even a full Irish exit.
Just slowly
Just slow
drifting.
Homer Simpson into a bush
it's
out
always-
of there.
It's always the worst when you get locked into it where someone's literally just talking at you.
Uh-huh.
And you're also in your mind being like, are they talking to me? Like,
Yeah.
meaning like, am I like, you do the like look left, look right, and you're like, is this conversation to me or is it to like anyone?
Just anyone that will hold space and look in this person's general direction.
Like hear this full on rant.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are always like awkward moments.
I mean, excuse me, I need to use the restroom is always a solid staple.
Always big. You'd be like, the meteor shower. Oh, you didn't hear about it? No one is ever up truly on their space game to know when the meteor shower. And you'd be like, yeah, it's happening. I gotta step out and see it.
Mhm.
Only me
Gotta
though.
go look at some stars. See you later.
It's just a solo adventure.
Yeah, even taking breaks, right? Like going for walks. Yeah, just gotta go walk off that dinner, get things moving. Whatever the excuse needs to be, it's okay.
Yeah, it's those coming up for air moments that like we all need. And it's like the politics get brought up. Freaking like,
yep.
Oh my God, I've seen people posting the list of 5 things they're bringing up like during the holidays just to start fires. I'm like, yo, if that's your personality, to me that's like beyond draining. But like,
or make a game out of it. Holiday bingo.
Yeah.
Will Aunt Susan bring up politics, or will Uncle Mark bring up insert religious quote here?
Yeah, it's all gonna happen.
Yes.
But it's like anticipating it, knowing that like these are the likely things. I think you can with some people you can pivot conversations.
Right.
You know, and if you're the type that you like to lean in and you enjoy it, by all means.
Sure.
Like, I mean, there's that road too of like just understand your own energy levels and the general capacity for people to change. You know, and I feel like sometimes you got that family member that's a little more open and you can like engage with, and that can be rewarding in a different way. Or it's your cousin that you like. It's a more nuanced conversation. Sometimes I look forward to those.
Yeah, and I think it's important too. Like, if you are going to see family or friends or people that you're spending time with, that you have someone that's kind of your safe person to have conversations with, or to take breaks with, or go for a walk with, so that way you have kind of someone to connect with in that way, or something to look forward to. And you're also allowed to bow out completely of plans if that's not something that you feel like you want to do or you want to engage with. That's okay too.
Yeah, there's a cause and effect to everything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, at what point do we recognize like our own needs and what's going to be best for us? Another thing that I think of is like, how do you keep your own routine?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you really think about some of these holidays, like I know for us, especially having a 5-year-old, Christmas morning, boy, things kick off.
Mm-hmm.
Things kick off. I mean, from the moment you get up, things are popping.
Yeah.
But I think about like what, and again, a reflection that I often don't have is like, what am I needing to keep routine that
Mm-hmm.
keeps me grounded?
Yes.
Like what, no matter what it is like, am I drinking my water? Did I get my body moving today?
Mm-hmm.
Like, am I taking a little bit of a break from the stimulation, whatever it could be? But
Right.
like, routine isn't a bad thing during the holidays.
Right. A lot of times that's super helpful because it gives us that grounded energy.
And then I think, what are you doing after the holiday?
Mm-hmm.
What's the plan?
Right.
What do you need?
Mm-hmm. How do you regroup and recover from some of the inevitable that happens? And even if things go perfectly okay, right? It can still be exhausting. There's a lot of different dynamics that come up. There's a lot of pressure. And then it's very normal to have this energy crash after. So, doing the things that feel restorative and knowing what your go to strategies are in order to fill your cup back up.
I know what I'm needing the
Yeah,
day
what's
after.
that?
Get me out of this damn house.
Yeah.
That the definite like nothing will drain me more than being confined to a
Mm-hmm.
home. This is my extroversion. Introverts are like, what the hell are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Like,
Yeah,
just put me in my bed and don't see anyone.
I'm so impressed. This is how I know I do terrible in jail
Mm,
or prison, either one. Of like the same four walls all the time. I need to get out.
yes.
I have to get out. Get me. And I understand some holidays you're just in. You're like around the tree, and then you're at the dining room table, and then you're playing with this toy in this room. Get me out of this damn house.
Mm-hmm. Same. I need to see something different. I need some movement, different perspective. Yeah.
Anything. And some people need the opposite of I ran around all Christmas or I ran
Mm-hmm.
around all this holiday, and now I sort of need just my bedroom. But I
Mm-hmm.
think again, it's knowing yourself. I know
Right.
for me, day after Christmas, get me on that beach.
Yeah.
Get me. I would like to hit the gym.
I think I need both.
Gym and beach.
Hashtag needy.
Mm,
No, I need
oh,
being out of the house, doing something like movement oriented to get outside, but then also probably need some time to do a whole lot of nothing alone.
absolutely. And the big Christmas audit question: am I doing this because I have to and I feel like I have to, or am I doing this because I want to?
Mm-hmm. Always a good one.
And there are some things we feel like we're doing out of obligation. I don't think it's like all individualistic over here,
Sure.
but I think it's important to reflect on that. Think about the coming weeks, the coming days.
Mm-hmm.
What are the things you're doing that you just feel like you have to versus what do you actually want to do?
Right.
What would help you?
And being able to, even if you feel like within certain cultures, right? Like it feels like I have these obligations that I need to be a part of in some way, shape, or form. What are some of the ways that you can still protect your energy within that? And whether that be setting limits for yourself, taking breaks, having, go to escape plan phrases, or being able to recharge your own batteries in some way when you can, or preparing in advance for. So having some of those moments and also knowing what drains your energy, whether that's social media and the comparison there or, certain topics of conversation and having go-to plans for if and when those things do come up.
Have that person you can connect with
Mm-hmm.
understand that those people you'd like to avoid are still going to be the same. So you should try in any way. Escape to the bathroom. Escape to watch that meteor shower. Let me come with you to watch that. No, you can't. Sorry. You just
only my eyes can see it.
Only my eyes. They say if you're over the age of 50, you can't. You can think of a lie on the fly, maybe. You're like, I was told on this mental health podcast that I should just lie. Hey, if it protects your peace, sometimes
necessary.
Results may vary. Well, listen, we do hope, no matter what this holiday brings for you, that you find those moments. It might not always be joyous, but of connection, something meaningful for you. Every holiday is going to feel a little bit different. I know we've experienced that over the years, but we appreciate you always being here on Drop In. Hey, we're going to be back next week.
Yes.
New Year's. New us?
Not really.
No.
Hopefully just slightly more consistent than this past month.
Hey, things happen, things pop up, but we always appreciate you being here on Drop In, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Peace. Ho, ho, ho.